This follower-submitted story is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Asking for Help? I apologize if this comes off confusing or jumbled. However, I have been having trouble organizing my thoughts lately. To give background, I am 30 male and my wife 29 female. We have been married for 7 years and together for 8. We have 2 beautiful children, girl 3 and girl 2. As everyone knows, this is a very busy age for children as they require lots of hands-on care. In addition, my wife and I both work full-time jobs. For anonymity reasons, I will not say what we do. She is higher up in her field and she has been working in it longer than I have mine. This is partly due to her finishing school before me. Because of this, she makes double what I make and is our primary breadwinner. This should not go without saying, though. Without my income, we would not have or be able to afford what we have. Her schedule at work is a little busier than mine. For instance, I have set hours 8 to 5, while she may have to work an hour or two late here and there, but that is not an everyday scenario. Because of this, I kind of naturally took the brunt of our household work. So to sum it up, I do our laundry, I cook all of our meals, do our dishes, clean, I keep our yard mowed and weeded, etc. I also get our kids ready in the morning to go to daycare, drop them off, and pick them up most days, as well as do their night routine, which consists of bath time and getting them ready for bed. Doing all of this while also working a full-time job can be quite overwhelming at times, but I also feel or felt it is/was my duty to pick up the slack where my income lacked. Because this can be very stressful, I have asked my wife to help a few different times, but I'm always met with, well, I'm just really tired from work. I need to de-stress and decompress. The most recent request for help I was met with, well, you just have more time for it. You really should be doing it. I'll red flag that. I think where this really started to affect me was where our kids have become involved. I would love to spend as much time with them as possible. However, to maintain other chores, it's just not feasible to complete with them at my side. I am able to get some things done, but that is generally met with hearing the kids scream and play and also ask for my attention, which I can't give 100%. When I ask my wife if she could pick up in that area, she agrees to watch them, but her idea of watching them is watching TV and playing on her phone while they play with their toys. So while doing chores, I get to see in the background them asking for attention, to which the result is my wife maybe pushing a toy car around for a few minutes or half listening and half talking to them. This results in me dropping what I'm doing and going to give them more attention. I have found myself staying up on weekends to catch up on chores while everyone else is sleeping just to try and make more time during the week. It doesn't add much. I feel as if I'm being taken advantage of and also watching my kids not get what they deserve. But also, I have heard from some people, oh, that's just how things work, or oh, that I'm lucky to have a wife that's a breadwinner. It confuses me and makes me horribly anxious thinking about it. I feel as if I am rambling now, so to sum this up, am I the astronaut for asking for and wanting help? So the title of this follower submitted story was, Am I the Astronaut for Asking for Help? Both work full-time jobs. OP's spouse works a few more hours during the week, makes more, and OP is drowning right now and has asked for help. And when OP's spouse does help, they jump in and kind of half-ass it.
My first thought, and I think Tony and I both agree on that, is if the roles were reversed, if this was the mom telling the story and not the dad, we would rip him apart for not helping. And we have before in chat and on TikTok, I feel like. So I feel like just because she makes more doesn't mean that it's not a team. Like, they have to work together, and they are not working together. She's letting him do the brunt of the work at home. And like he said, she's not working. I mean, you work way more than I do, but when you're present, you're present. And to me, that is like so much more important than the amount of money that we contribute to the relationship. It's like being present with our family.
Right.
And she's not giving that to her family. And I get that she's tired. It's exhausting. It is. I mean, kids are tiring, and being a parent is tiring, and working is tiring. And when you have to do it all in one day, it's exhausting. But it's exhausting for him too. And she's just, because she brings home more money doesn't mean that he's not worthy of also having a break.
Agreed. The part of this that kept repeating in my brain as I was reading it was team. Yes. And you hit on that. We talk about that a lot. The team approach is absolutely critical, not to just survival, not to just doing a good job and taking care of kids, but also for mental survival between the two of you.
Right.
The teamwork approach, to be able to notice when one person is drowning and needs you to step in, is a really big deal. That is critical. The other part of this that really hit me wrong was that, yes, while OP's spouse works a few more hours per week, the time that she is home, and you hit on this too, she's not present. The stress on the time that you are home being fully present is so much higher whenever you have to work more because you've sacrificed some of that time. You have less hours to be with your family. family, isn't it that much more important that you be fully present when you're with them?
Yes, it is more important that you're present when you're with them. I think that's way more important than, like you said, the amount of money that you're bringing home.
Yeah. If you have less time because you're working more, then it's even more important for those hours that you have at home to be present.
They need to be more intentional with the hours that she's home.
It has to be a walk in the door, put the phone face down, walk over to your kids and spend some quality time.
To me, it sounds like he's not communicating this effectively to her. And maybe she just doesn't care because she feels like, hey, here's my check. I'm going to go sit down on the couch and you can do whatever you need to do. Even if you're just a stay-at-home parent, which, I mean, I'm part-time stay-at-home, part-time work, and I get stressed out. I get tired. I get exhausted by the time he comes home, even though he's been at work all day. I'm like, hey, I need you to tag in because I'm losing it. I got to take a minute. I got to go run and get a drink because I'm tired.
And you're at home with the Navy Thunder a hell of a lot more than I am. However, the times that I am, I get it. I remember what it's like waiting for you to get home after the workday and being like, I cannot wait for her to get home so I can get 5 minutes without feeling like I'm going to lose my flipping mind.
When I'm at work all day, and the first thing I do come home is I want to see my kids. I want to see my husband, but Navy likes to make you work for it to get back in her,
It's so funny. She's too smart. She will punish you
for leaving throughout the day. And she does it to Dustin and myself, but it's fine. And it's 10 minutes and then she's like, okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I love you. Just want to make sure you were going to stick around this time since you abandoned me this morning. You're not an asshole at all for feeling the way that you're feeling. You can't be an asshole for feeling something. You're not an asshole for asking for help, but there does need to be some more open, thorough communication here to say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know what to do about it, or to have some kind of idea about what to do about it. But you need to explain it and say, hey, this is where I'm at, and it's going to get worse if we don't actively start doing something about it right now. I think the getting sucked into your phone when you should be playing with your kids or paying attention to your kids or doing something different, it's a habit thing. I think it's really easy to get sucked into it. But that's why I think it's so much more important to, when you walk in the door, put that damn thing face down where it's not right next to you. The habit is not enabled. You know what I mean? You have to consciously do something to prevent yourself from falling into that. If you are thinking okay, I only have 2-3 hours to spend with my family before everybody goes to bed. Once I got home from work, I got to dive in and be here 100%. Okay. It's completely reasonable to feel what you're feeling. Let's go with NTA here.
I do hope that he speaks up.
Agreed.
And talks to
There's
his
more
wife
communication that needs to happen here. The official determination on that was NTA, but there is some work that needs to be done or it's going to get worse. And we're going to hear from you again, OP, only it's going to be a much more difficult situation. So you're not the asshole for feeling what you're feeling or asking for help, but there's more to it. And you've got to address that now before it becomes a bigger problem.